Hello, students. So today, that is day 17. Today I'm going to give the 17th lecture on HTML. Students, today we are going to discuss about a very useful and important tag of HTML that is known as form tag. Form tag is used in such situation in our web page whenever in the coding of HTML, whenever we want to display a form on our web page, and with the help of that form we want to get the data entered by the user, and that data need to be sent to the server side for further processing. So you must have seen many different types of online forms. Okay, in that those online forms you need to uh, enter your data. Okay, and after entering different on that form, different types of fields are available, that is text field, option buttons, submit buttons, cancel buttons. Okay, check boxes. Okay, all these are known as the different fields of the forms. Okay, so with the help of those fields, a user on that particular form, a user enters our data on that form, and after inputting the data, whenever he clicks on the submit button, that data sends to the server, and on that server, that data save into the server's memory, and after entering that data, user get the response on the screen. Okay, so whenever you want to create an online form and you want to get the data from the user, need to be submit on that form, and you want to send that data to the server side for storing or for the further processing, you need to display that form on your web page. So for displaying any form on your web page, from which on in which form you want to get the data from the user, then you need to use form tag in your coding. Okay, form tag is also a container tag because it has both starting as well as ending tag. And one important thing is that a form tag is a big tag because inside the form tag, in between starting closing form tag, many different tags are also used for displaying different types of fields on that particular form. For example, that is input tag, that is button tag, that you can say option tag, text area, you can say option group tag. Okay, okay, etc. So we will discuss about all those tags one by one inside between it for starting a form, closing a form tag, because all these tags are used for displaying different types of fields on that particular form for getting the input from the user. Okay, so we will learn about this form, this type of uh, this particular form tag with the help of an example, that is HTML document. And HTML document, suppose I'm going to create an HTML document with the name, that is head tag, and after that we'll use the title tag, title tag, that is form. Okay, title I given. After that I will close the head tag. After that we will use the body tag. After that you will use the form tag, starting form tag, and I'm not closing it because at this time I will tell you about different attributes which can also be used with the form tag, and after that it is you will use the input tag. Suppose writing and, I'm giving here as output how I want to design the form tag. The first name is so this is the format of that form which I want to design this time. So after that I need to add the first name, and just before that I need to use input tag, input, and type of the tag, that is text, and name of this particular input tag, that is I'm doing this f name, that is first name. That means this particular tag will be identified with this name, that is f name. Okay, because there may be many different types of input tags, multiple input tags you need to use in particular form. So in that form each input tag name need to be specified in the coding. The unique name need to be given by for each input tag by which it can be identified in the coding. And after that last name and name, the name I am giving to another input tag, that is name. And both are the input tag, and both the type of the both input tag can be accept the text type of data, and the name of both the tags are completely different. And after that I'm using the input, sorry, button. This time we need to, because input this is the button, and type is equal to submit, submit. Okay, so here I'm using two times BR tag. Okay. So after that I will close the form tag, and then I will close the body tag, then I will close the HTML. So once again see the coding properly. The first tag is HTML, after that head tag element starter. In this head tag I have used given the title of this particular web page, that is form. So that I close the head tag. After that I will started the body tag. In this background color I given to the body of the web page, that is green. Some space I given from the top, some space I given from the left margin, top margin 50 pixels. And after that form tag has been started. In between the form tag I have written the text first name, and then this colon symbol. After that I've used one specific type of tag, what I've used the input tag. Input tag is basically used a text type of is used to accept the text type of data from the user. To input the type of this particular text, that will be text, and the unique name which I given this particular first text box is, that is known as f name. And after that I given the BI tag for changing the line, and another BI tag I have given for giving this one line space. And after that the last name will be display, and then again input text box will be there, type will be text, and name I given the L name. by which this particular text box will be identifying the coding. And after that, I given the bi tag for changing the line, and again one more bi tag for giving one line, for changing the line, and one more for giving one space. After that, I've taken the button tag and the type of this particular button, that will be submit, because I'm using only one submit button in this particular form, so no name need to be specified, because multiple submit buttons cannot be available on a form. After that, I will close the form tag, and then I will close the body tag, and then I will close the HTML tag. And when you will save this particular coding with the name form.html on the desktop, and when one file will be displayed on the desktop, when you will double click on that particular file, then that particular web browser will be open on your screen, and the output of that particular web browser will be as it is, as I have told. Are you getting my point? So after that, this is a very small form I have created on our web page, because there may be only two fields are there. There are two text boxes are there. One submit button is there, and in first text bar you need to enter your first name. In the second text bar you need to enter your last name, and after that you will click on the submit button. When you click on the submit button, whatever data you have entered, that will go to the server, and it will be and the memory of it will be stored in the memory of the server. And after saving that data, server will give you response in the form of another web page. Okay, so whatever when you want first of thing, whatever data you need to be input, that data, there are, very different types of number of characters are using all over the world. uh, so we will discuss the different attributes of form tag one by one, which are very much important attribute. The first attribute is known as the char set, character set. That means whatever data you will enter in the form of the text, that text may be a different. That text data include different characters except Hindi or English character. That means Chinese character may be there, Italian may be there. That means Arabic characters may be there. So it need to be specified the character set before entering the data into the which type of character set it can that particular text boxes can accept. So you need to use char set attribute in the starting form tag with specify, that is UTF-8. That means universal text format 8. This is the latest version of text format. That means in this text format, in this character set format, all the characters which are available in all over the world, in all over all different languages which are using in all over the world, that can be acceptable, that are acceptable in this text boxes, whether that is in Hindi, English, Marathi, Bengali, French, Italian. Okay, whatever different languages are spoken in all over the part, in any part of the world, that means all those characters are included in this format. Okay, so that will be, you need to specify. If you will not specify, then by default the text format will be acceptable, that is ISO, that is 8859-1. Okay, if you will if you will not specify that UTF-8 format, then this particular format will be accepted by default. And in this format only 256 character can be accept. Okay, so if you will enter any character which is not available in this character set, that will not be accept by the form. Okay, so if you want that whatever data you are entering in any language which can be spoken in any part of the world, then you have to specify the char set is equal to UTF dash, that means universal set of latest character, in which all the characters of all over the languages which are spoken all over the world can be entered in these boxes. Okay. After that, another attribute which is available, which can be used in the form that is known as the action Action attribute. Action attribute is basically used, that means whenever you will enter the first name and last name, when you will click on the submit button, that means whatever the data will be sent to the server side, and server will store that data, and after storing that data, it will give you the response. That means in the form of some another displaying another web page, or in the form of displaying any message. That means your data has been submitted successfully. Okay, that means that is confirmation message will be provided by the server side. Okay, that means your data has been sent. So in that situation, you need to use action attribute in starting tag, and in that action attribute you have to specify the name of that particular web page, which will be displayed after clicking on the submitting button. That means that web page will be open on the screen, and in that web page there may be any message or any image that can be written on that. That means, okay, thank you, your data has been um, have been submitted successfully. Okay, that means this is your confirmation that data whatever you have entered in these boxes, that has been sent to the server side, and that has been stored in server's memory, and now server is giving you a response that I have accepted your data. Okay, so basically here you need to specify that PHP file, and that PHP file, the complete URL, complete address, complete URL of that PHP file, which is linked from the server. And when data will be submit the server into the server will store that data, accept that data, store that data, and after storing that data, it will give you the response in the form of the PHP file. That means for the confirmation that your data has been submitted successfully. So here you need to specify the address of that particular PHP file, which is actually linked with the server. Okay, PHP file will be linked to the server, and when your data will be accepted by the server and will be stored in the server, that server will send that particular, will display that PHP file on your monitor screen for telling you this confirmation that data has been accepted. So here you have to specify the complete URL of the PHP file which is linked with the server, and it will show that PHP file after submitting, accepting that data. It will be shown by the server after accepting your data after storing that data in its memory. Are you getting my point? So action attribute. So you need to specify the complete URL of that particular PHP file which is linked with the server. And after that, the third attribute which can be used with the you can say autocomplete. Autocomplete attribute is basically used in that situation. Suppose you have tell your name, that is Manish, and after here I have written that Mr. Srivastava, and I have to click on the submit button. That data has been sent to the server side, and server has been stored the data in its memory, and after it will display a PHP file which is linked from that server and on the screen, and in that PHP file maybe any message or maybe written that your data has been submitted successfully. And next time, if I will next time after submitting the data, this fields will be clear, and next time when I will click on here, then what will happen that when I will type M, then complete suggestion will be shown in a list, that all those character, all those data, all those name will be displayed here which have started from M. List will be displayed. Okay, so from that list I will click on that particular data, that suppose that data by that name which I have submitted earlier, that list will be displayed. Okay, and you will click on that, that will be displayed auto complete, that is automatically it will be complete. Again, if I will click on the on this particular text box, and I will type S, then again a list of all those names will be, last name will be displayed which will be started from S, and then from the list I will select that particular data which I have I already submitted earlier. Okay, so so in that situation you need to use that auto complete attribute. It can accept only two value, either on or off. If you will click on the, if you will type off, so what will happen, So whatever data you have submitted, after for submitting that data again, no list will be displayed on the screen, and that data will be considered as a new data. But if you will give the value off in place of on, that means if you give the value on, then what will happen? That means the suggestions, list of suggestion will be displayed if you are going to enter that data which have been entered earlier. Are you getting my point? So autocomplete, that will be, that data will be completed automatically itself. The autocomplete attribute can be used in that situation, and you need to give whether to value on or off. If it is off, the suggestion will not be displayed, list of suggestion will not be displayed, and you will set the value on, the list of suggestions will be displayed on the screen. Another method, another attribute which can be used with form that is method attribute. Method attribute accept can be accept two values, get or post. Okay, by default get method is set by default, and post get method. What is the difference between that? Whatever data you have entered, that data, if you have set the value of that particular attribute, that is method, is equal to, by, if you will not read by default, get method is automatically set, and when you click that data, that data whatever you have entered, that will be show in the address bar of the web page. Whatever web page has been opened, the complete address of that web page will be shown in the address bar. So whatever data you will enter, you will see that data will be, whatever you have entered and you have clicked on the submit button, that data will be shown in the address bar. Okay, okay, that okay. So that means but if you will set the value post, that data will not be show the url of that particular web page. That data will be post directly to the server without informing or without showing in the url of the of that particular web page in the address bar. Okay, so you can do the practical and you can see the difference between these two. And get data, in get data you can enter on it 2000, you can say 48 characters, but by with the post method you can enter unlimited number of characters. Okay, so this is, get data is set by default, only 248 characters can be entered, and that is not secure, because whatever data you will enter, that will be shown in the url of the web page. But this data is secured, and this is not set by default. You need to specify this, and with the help of this, unlimited number of characters can be entered, and that data will not be shown in the url of the web page. So if you want that data should not be shown in the url of the web page, then you need to specify post method. Method is going to post. So today I'm telling you only four main attributes of the form tag. That means get set, action, automate complete, and method. The rest, about rest of the attribute we will discuss tomorrow. So you need to specify that particular HTML document, the form tag, correct set, where we are given UTF-8, or the characters can be entered. Action is equal to action, that with that particular address of the url of the particular web page. If you suppose in your situation this particular web page, php file will not be available in your practical time, then you can create any a small web page. In that web page, in the body you can say, thank you, thanks, your data is submitted successfully. So design, create an HTML document. In the body of that HTML, only write this complete message, complete statement in bold letters. Okay, and specify the url of that particular, copy the url of this particular web page here. Okay, here. So what will the effect of this? In your practical, you will see, whenever clicking on the submit button, again the url of the particular web page, whatever you have created in your computer system, that will be displayed on your screen. In the same way, whenever the data you will enter online, by clicking on submit button, that will go to the server side, and whatever PHP file has been linked on the server, that will be displayed on the screen in the same. Okay, so you can do the practical for that. After that, autocomplete attribute, you can switch it on for getting the suggestion of that data which have you entered, which you have entered earlier. And method, you can say post. Okay, okay, if you want that whatever data you have entered, that should send to the server directly, and do not show on the URL of the web page which is currently open. And any number of characters you can enter. Okay, so do the practical related to that, and tomorrow we will continue. Okay, thank you.